Alright, so this fight is a lot more unforgiving than I initially gave it credit for. I was right about there being two stages, and you have to do them both back to back, and if you're like me, you have to do them back to back without healing items. Luckily, once you get used to it, it's a little bit easier, but basically what happened is I ended up in a situation kind of like with the Insect Queen, where the battle was just too long and I had to do it too many times in order for me to do it live, like I like to, so I'm having to record it after the fact, which is unfortunate because there's a spoiler that, yeah, this is my successful attempt. But it's still worth looking at what I had to end up finding out. So, the grappling attack, obviously, you can't do it if you're on his left side or on the right-hand side of from your perspective. So what I do is I run around on here, and usually, like shortly after the third step, like right before he would take his fourth step, he'll do that tail swish attack, and that's when you jump, and that gives you an opportunity to go in and hit the jewel. And then he'll do either the fire attack or the stomping attack. I haven't seen him do any other attacks besides those two. I don't like the stomping attack. I think the game knew it because after a while it started giving me mostly that attack instead of the fire attack, which is much easier to avoid because you just stand underneath them. Which is why probably every time Jewel goes red, you'll see me make a little run for his crotch. Like my most successful attempt prior to this one was nothing but stomps. He didn't breathe fire once the whole time. It was very frustrating, but I managed to make it through. But I only had like 75 HP left by that time, so I was able to actually do pretty well by avoiding most of the attacks after I got down to that point, and actually almost beat the second stage, which you guys will see here in a little bit. But it just didn't happen. I made like one mistake, and that cost me. But you know, I think once you figure it out, it gets a lot easier. You see that I'm playing it safe here. It is possible to hit the jewel more than once in a row. If you do the double jump and then attack, Musashi will do an attack where it'll bounce off. And if your direction, like if you're aimed at it right, you'll bounce off at a good distance where you can do it again. And doing that, it's actually very easy to get the gem all the way to red in one go. But what I noticed is that I am prone to making mistakes. I am very clumsy when I'm tense, and I get tense when I'm anxious to wrap up a battle because it's 1 a.m. and I want to go to bed. So I decided it would be better to play it safe because I was too frequently, when I tried to go for it more than once in a row, I would end up getting hit. And really the key to this first battle is to take as little damage as possible because you don't heal going into the next battle, and again, healing items don't recover when you die. So I took my first bit of damage this battle, which is unfortunate. I was hoping to get to the final part of this without taking any damage, which I think is very possible. And I think if I was maybe a little bit more chill or just a little bit more skilled, it would have been actually quite easy to do that. Here's the one fire attack I got. I think this is the only time you can fire this battle. But I'm still a little bit strung out because I just finished this, so I've still got a lot of adrenaline pumping through me, just because again I get really tense when I'm anxious to finish a battle and I keep losing. My body tenses up. I grip the controller too tightly, and so like my forearms and wrists are a little sore from doing it because I did this for hours, and I think I played this for like at least 3 hours, including the earlier parts, which are different episodes than this one. But there I finally managed to get it. It took a long time, but by the time I figured out that trick about hugging his left leg, I was able to beat him every time. It was just a matter of how much damage I took by that point, because as you see here, he gets destroyed and turns into a little ball, and he sucks up the crystals that were around us. And I guess the implication is that he builds a new body out of that. This Kojiro Dark Wizard combo. And it looks like Frieza. That's the only thing I could think when I saw it. Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. Not exactly, but similar.
Still alive? Still wanna play, huh? You're gonna regret it, pal!
So for this stage, I actually had to look up how to beat him. because I don't know if I ever would have thought of this on my own. But basically, you have to absorb him, which you'll see here in a little bit. I accidentally got hit. Usually, I can avoid those flames. Most of the time, I did it. But yeah, you have to throw Lumina to do the fusion, and then when you fuse with him, he turns into an orb, which is when you can hit him. And then he does the suck up thing, starts sucking again, like when he first formed the body. And you just have to avoid that, because the first time he did that, I didn't know, and I got sucked into it, and it killed me instantly. But yeah, he has 6 different types of attacks. I think it's 6. He's got 1 attack for each of the crests. You saw there was the fire one, and then I guess this is the Sky Scroll one. I'm not sure what the one with the blades was before. Maybe that was the wind one. But after each attack he does, he's open for a little bit, but you can suck him in. And you have to hit him with the Lumina really quickly after he turns into the ball, otherwise he'll become impervious after the first couple seconds. But once you get used to it, it's actually pretty easy. It's just, again, having enough health that you can kind of survive the attacks, because there is a margin of error. I think, again, a more skilled player would probably be able to do this without taking any damage. I'm just not that player. I've had a couple of times, like every single attack he has, I had at least one time where I took 0 damage from it, but getting all of them that way was hard. Like, especially the one with you saw we made a bunch of copies of himself. I only avoided full damage, like taking any damage on that one once. Usually at least one of them would hit me. And also had a lot of times where, like right there, I would just miss with Lumina, which is unfortunate, because if you hit it, if you get it every time, you can take him out pretty quickly. But there was a lot of times where I would miss, so he would just be circling around me, and I would throw Lumina and it would just not hit him. But and I think we've got him down to the very last one here. So I just have to do that one more time. Again, all of this is, once you know what to do and you've had a lot of practice with it, which you kind of have to get if you played it like I did, which is just over and over again over the course of an hour or 2. Like right there, I missed. That was really frustrating, I remember. Because I thought I had him, but because I usually hit, and after the fire one, I just got over anxious. And there I missed again. So I only need to do it one more time, I just keep missing at this point. You have to use the Sky Scroll here, otherwise he'll blow you up. I don't think there's any way to avoid it without using or the Wind Scroll, sorry, the Sky Scroll is the one that makes you hover. But I don't think there's any way to do that without using the Wind Scroll. It's just not possible. But there we go. Finally hit it the last time. The Kojiro Dark Wizard Hellspawn thing, Dark Lumina, is defeated. And it's pretty. I like this effect. It's very nice. Everything turns rainbowy, and all these wings go out. Musashi somehow survives this explosion. And that's it. I'm still, just really relieved I was actually able to do it. I was really concerned I was going to have to walk away. But the battle's over now. We did it. The Wizard of Darkness was once again sealed into Lumina by brave Fencer Musashi. The truth about Lumina must be known, so the wizard can never be set free again. Don't know why they didn't make it more known the first time, but there you have it. So we'll be telling the new story of the legendary brave Fencer Musashi. Presumably, the original story was told by me when I'm older, after being sent back to my time, or Musashi's time. He'd see Lumina when he later in his life. That's what I gathered from it. But here we see the castle, still in one piece, miraculously. And the princess is home. We brought her back. We did it, everyone. And look who's here to greet her. Characters I did not know existed.
Mom! Dad! It's all your fault! It's all because you went on vacation and, left me all alone!
There, my child, you're correct. It is all my fault. I'm awfully sorry. But you didn't have to destroy the castle, dear.
From now on, we will tell you before we take a vacation.
As long as you're sorry. Huh? No, that's not what I mean.
Don't get so upset, my child.
By the way, who is that little person over there?
Oh, him? He saved my life.
Saved your life?
You don't mean that something happened while we were away?
Nothing happened? Right, Ripson?
Yes, other than the princess's party, it doth be very peaceful every day.
See?
Princess, I'm gonna go return this. Back in a flash.
All right, Musashi. Be careful.
That's Lumina, the sword of Luminescence.
Oh, gracious me! And the name Musashi. You cannot be.
I'm the legendary brave fencer Musashi. How's it going, old man?
And that's it. That's the end. I did not know there was a king and queen. I guess it explains why the princess is still a princess. But we hadn't seen or heard anything about them this whole game. But I guess they were on vacation. But now we get the credits, which have these cute little anime drawings of all the major events in the game, which I'm super happy about. I really like these little drawings. They're adorable. And you know, for some reason, the king and queen are left out of the loop as to what happened. I don't know how they were planning to spread the new legend of Brave Fencer Musashi without them knowing about it. There's Rutrick also, which, you know, is weird. We never actually got to fight Rutrick. Of all the villains, Rutrick's barely in the game, and I don't even know why he's in the game. I don't know why it wasn't just one of the other villains that sicked the robot on us at the beginning. Like, they could have easily been Capricola, or John, as you see here, or somebody else. I guess Capricola would have been a little weird, but knowing who he actually was. But like for me, most like my childhood, all I knew about this game was the demo, and in the demo, the only boss you interact with, the only villain you see in all three stages of the playable demo was Rutrick. So he was the biggest villain to me, and going into this game. And you know, he's the first villain you interact with. And he comes back and he shoots John at the end, but other than that, he has no role to play. You never fight him, you never defeat him. You just fight the robot he sticks on you. There's a good friend Kojiro too. Who I guess is dead. After fusing with the Dark Lumina, which is, you know, not how the actual Kojiro died, but he did die in a feud with, in a duel with Musashi, so I guess there's that. But man, these little drawings, they're so cute. They just make me wish that there was an anime based on this game. I don't know if it would be any good or not, but if it looked like this, I think it would at least be fun. And there's the mother Minku, I think. I always forget what they're called. Minku or Michu or something like that. Which we will be interacting with in the bonus episode. I'm going to be battling that. I'd originally planned for the bonus episode, they were discovering Topo's tail. I had originally planned the bonus episode to be the getting all the action figures, but looking closer at it, I'm not sure if I can. I might still try to do that, but I think I missed an opportunity, because some of the action figures you have to, there's one where you get an action figure for opening every chest, there's some that are tied to specific chapters, and there's certain things that I think I may have already missed my opportunity to do. And probably if I really wanted to get every action figure, I would have had that goal from the beginning. And I didn't. I just didn't. So, you know, it is what it is. I just don't want to. I've already dedicated well over 40 episodes. I was at 40 episodes when I started recording this one. So it's probably going to be more like 42 or 43 when it's all said and done. You guys would know better than I would, whatever episode number this is. And I just don't want to spend that much time collecting the action figures. I will try and get as many as I can, I think, in that bonus video, but the main focus of the bonus video is going to be finding the mother Minku and battling her. So that's what we'll do. But here we are back at the start of the game when we first got Lumina, in this little pedestal, this area that I'd actually forgotten about. It was so long ago we came here. But we're returning it. Gotta put it back in the little stone, I guess. It's the sword and stone. Sure. It's so satisfying to be done with this game. Like, I like the game a lot, but it was really stressful to play, and I'm happy to have it behind me now. At least the story of it. But there it is, sealed away inside red bean show field, which I guess is different than the green ones. And out comes Squaresoft. So yeah, I like this game a lot for all my complaining. Most of it just came from the stress of playing it in a Let's Play. If I had played this by myself as a kid, well, first of all, I wouldn't have beaten it because I didn't beat a lot of games when I was a kid, but I would have had a lot of fun with this, I think. But yeah, and I still had fun with it now. I have no regrets about playing it here. It was just a much bigger commitment than I realized going in. But now that we have it all wrapped up, I'm super satisfied to have finished it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Come back next week and we'll, again, like I said, battle the Mother Minku and maybe get some action figures. If I can get all the action figures, I certainly will try, but I just don't think I'll have that option. But yeah, we get to make a new save here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Come back for the bonus episode, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Brave Fencer Musashi!